NANI?
Hey, look, it's a little dead meme.
All right. Who says that? Matthew McConaughey? I forgot.
Yeah, it's when he's like grooming high schoolers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I get older and they stay the same age.
Yeah, I get
like
older and they're still a fetus. And that makes my pee hard. That's from that movie, right?
Nigga. Yeah, and he's like dropping N-bombs because he's from Texas.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's the Snark Tank Podcast. And, you know, it's crazy. You know what the crazy thing is about this episode? I don't think anything happened. You know, I don't think anything happened at all in the last week. Like nothing whatsoever.
Absolutely nothing to talk about, man.
Yeah, there's absolutely fucking nothing. So I guess see ya.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for. And then what we'll do is let's stay silent for 10 whole seconds. All right, now that the fake fans are gone, welcome back to the Snark Tank Podcast. I don't remember what episode this is, because I keep losing track.
This is 150.
This is 150.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
Yeah.
God Christ, 150 episodes. We're back from Creator Clash, although Sweeney is not because he decided to book it to Coachella immediately, which is like a very very confusing decision for somebody who hates traveling. But he's over there, I don't know, sniffing Kanye West's panties. I don't really know what's going on in Coachella, to be honest with you. I don't know who's showing up. But he's over there, and he may or may not come back. We don't know.
Yeah.
But oh man, I don't even know where to begin. Like how do we even start?
A little bit.
This?
Hold on. Top of the show. On the top of the show. I just want to a little bit of I guess would you call it housekeeping? Because
yeah, we should call it housekeeping. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a couple of things we want to address about the Patron specifically. First of all, I want to apologize for being gone for a few weeks. We haven't put any episodes out.
Yeah.
Been busy, but
yeah.
But they've understood. I've seen you guys be like, I get it, you know. So that's all good. But one specific thing about the Patreon, there's been a mistake made, and I specifically want to call out Sweeney for this because he made it like as if it was a general mistake overall, like the Snark Tank made him. No. This was 100% Sweeney. So we started the Extra Ammo show. There's an extra Patreon episode. You know, if you're a patron that was subscribed at $5 and up, you're supposed to get an extra episode per week. And Kingston, because he's a genius, just posted them at the $1 tier, which the $1 tier gets you early access for the regular show that we do that comes out on Monday. And then there's the extra episode, which we call Extra Ammo, that or whatever we call it, that comes out. That is for $5 tiers. That was how it was always supposed to be.
Yeah, that
was.
That was our original plan. But Sweeney is Sweeney kind of manages a lot of the Patreon, which I think we'll probably stop doing that. We'll probably get somebody else. Because I don't know. I don't mean to talk shit while he's not here, but like he's just I don't know what's going on with him. Like he's posted the Discord link for everybody like multiple times and he's like, I swear to God I've done it right, guys. And it's like, no. It's Patreon is broken, to be fair. Like I understand that Patreon is not like a very good site. Like it messes up a lot, but not to that degree. Like when I was managing the Discord and all that stuff, the worst that I would do is I would get the Discord invite to people a little bit late, you know, which is, you know, that's my fault, to be fair. I'm very bad at schedules, but it would never go to people that it wasn't supposed to go to. So I don't know. Sweetie just doesn't have the chops, it seems. So we're going to fire him. We're going to kill him. We're going to execute him. We're gonna dip him. We're gonna do that. What's that Game of Thrones thing where like they pour molten gold?
They poured the gold on him.
What is that called?
That is the best way. I don't know what you call Actually, I know there is a term. There actually is a term for that, but it's
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, like king crowning. I don't know.
Oh, it's literally just called execution by molten gold.
Well, there you go.
All right,
I thought there was like a cool name for it.
Yeah, I thought it was like goldening or something, or whatever.
Something.
Yeah.
And if we don't have enough gold for that, we will just draw and quarter him.
Yeah, but we do want to apologize because we don't want to. I guess it was just some miscommunication or some misstep on Sweeney's part or something. But we're not trying to like nickel and dime you guys. We understand it's a crazy situation out there. The economy's fucked. It's just the idea was always that like, hey, there's an extra. It's more time out of our day. It's more work, so we might as well just throw it in for patrons who are paying a little bit higher at a tier that we felt was kind of like not really that robust. We still obviously appreciate everybody who jumps into the Patreon. It's a massive, massive help to us. But yeah, that was just a total error on our part. Well, Sweeney's part, but.
Yeah,
we're a unit
on our part for
we're
not checking up on him.
We just kind of we made the stupid mistake of assuming that Sweeney was an adult who could handle really standard tasks. But we won't make that mistake again. We're just beating him up now that he's not here.
I hope he listens to this.
Yeah.
Better.
We love Sweeney. He's just, it's like how, I shouldn't be boxing. You know what I mean? It's like certain people are suited. Right. Certain people are suited to certain things. But with that housekeeping out of the way, we would appreciate it if you jumped over to patreon.com/snarktank. Give us some questions and all that. But we're back from Creator Clash, Tampa, Florida, Amalie Arena, April 15th, 2023. If you did not see it, I think there's still some pay-per-view. I'm not super sure how the pay-per-view situation works because I was there. They're
still doing replays. You can rent it.
Yeah, and all that money does go to charity, so it is a good cause to go ahead and do it. And if not, if you just donate to charity anyway because that's a good thing. But I got I went in the ring. And it was fucking crazy. Derek was there. Sweeney was there. We got some group photos of everybody there. What was your read on the entire event? Because as somebody who's taking part of it, it's kind of hard to get an objective view. Because last year I loved it. Like I loved like being in the audience and just being in the audience, just watching it and having that feeling. But I was in there this time, so it was very different. It was very nervous and very stressful.
It'll be nice to talk about this, get this out of the way, because some of the patrons, some of their questions were obviously about this, so we're going to be answering their questions right now, and then we'll get to the other ones later. But yeah, this was from a spectator, super fucking dope, and particularly being like, say, since I knew you and since I was able to be like closer in the event and randomly had no idea like, we're gonna walk out with you.
Yeah, that was last minute.
Walk out with you, which was totally 100% last minute, because if that was even remotely on the radar, I would have who knows what I would have worn. There would have been some dumb bullshit plan for sure.
Yeah.
But I was just in my regular clothes, whatever. But I gotta say, as far as like events that I've been to, this was the best like combat sports event that I've been to, because there's a bunch of people that are there to just be entertained, and they're not like thirsty for blood.
Yeah.
And which is a very different vibe from these overgrown Neanderthals that are usually in crowds like this, that are just drunk and like their veins are popping out, and they're just as soon as there's just a break in action, like they start booing immediately, and it gets really frustrating. And this just felt nice all around. The fucking air, like the temperature was good. The amount of the people that were there, everything was fucking smooth, man. The fights were entertaining as fuck too. Like it was a really good experience, man.
Yeah, I remember feeling very, very similar last year. I mean, I talked about it last year too, where it was just like, this is such a cool. There was like a cool vibe that's very difficult to to convey. But we were talking to Jack's films quite a bit, because Jack is just awesome. I love Jack.
Yeah.
Jack and his wife Erin are the coolest people. But we were talking to them a lot, and he said something that really stuck with me. It's still in my brain a lot, where it's like this feels like how VidCon used to feel for him. Where it's like, you know, by the time that we were going to VidCon, it was already kind of like fucked up. It was already like in this big, you know, it was already this big event with like a bunch of kids running around. But like apparently back in the day, it was like very, very, you know, creator driven, very creator focused. A lot of people like kind of running around and being relaxed and very chill and very cool and just good vibes. And it seems like it really does feel like this is, with the addition of combat sports and blood and broken bones, just kind of the same kind of energy, which is awesome. It's cool to be there for like the inception of this before it inevitably kind of gets, you know, weird in 6 to 7 years.
Yeah, something fucking happens.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. I gotta be real, man. It was being in the ring like that is crazy. Like I did not anticipate really any of that. Like you can train for I was training for like 8 months. And so when you step in there, you realize like, oh, your training's gone. Like it's immediately all your training goes away. You have like muscle memory and that stuff, but like it's all instinct at that point. And then it's silent. I don't know how loud it was in the arena. I assume it was because like every time I was in the audience, it was fucking loud as hell. I could barely hear anybody, which is awesome, by the way. It was like very cool. But when I was in the ring, it was so silent. I couldn't hear fucking... People were like cheering for me apparently. I didn't hear that at all. I didn't hear anything. It was like the tinnitus ring. That's all I heard. It was like a room tone almost. I broke my nose, which is kind of interesting. I've never broken a bone before. Although I guess the nose isn't a bone, so I still haven't broken a bone before. But
yeah,
weird feeling, underwhelming. I gotta say, have you ever broken your nose?
No. It's been punched a few times, but never had it broken.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling because I remember walking into the locker room and they were like, the doctor was like trying to set it. He's just pushing my skull in, and he was like, "Was that lump always there?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." If it's the lump that was always there, then yeah, it's the one that was always there. If there's a new lump that I'm not familiar with, then I guess it's broken. And the doctor was like, "Is your nose broken?" And I was like, "You're the doctor. Tell me, like, tell me if it's broken." And so I don't know. It is definitely fucked up. Like it hurts to it's tender to the touch. It feels weird. I don't know. It's a wild experience. There was so much blood. I remember blood falling out of just falling out of my face and being like, "Oh, this is not nearly as intense as I feel like it looks." But no, it was super crazy. I was super glad to take part in it.
Do you remember the fight? Do you remember was it like a flash to you?
I remember flashes of it. I remember one moment, like I remember punching the referee. I remember punching the referee in the head, who came out of nowhere. And by the way, that's kind of the thing where it's like it's so funny being on the other end of this now because I remember watching. I've seen fights right where the referee gets clocked or like a punch is thrown after the bell, and you think like, "Oh, what a dickhead," you know. And then now that I've been on the other side, it's like, oh, I didn't hear the bell, and because it's so silent in there, or like you're so overloaded that like, oh, that makes sense. And then she just swooped the fuck in there. By the way, like she flashed the fuck in there. But I remember that. I remember a brief moment where I felt like all of my energy go away. I remember that. I was like, oh no, and then it came back, and that was like a really weird. That was a weird feeling. It was like an instant second wind. But the actual like minute to minute fighting, I don't remember really any of it. I had to watch a little bit of the fight just to remember like what was going on. And it's I don't know. It's a wildly out of body experience. I'm really glad that I got to take part in it. All the froggy dramatic stuff aside, I saw a lot of people kind of telling or basically saying that Ian and Anissa were like irresponsible to put me into that matchup, and I have to say like that was me. Like I agreed to the matchup.
You agree? Yeah, you agreed.
Yeah. I said, I basically, because obviously the whole thing with Froggy happened, and I was like, fuck, I hope I still get to fight. And they were looking for people, and nobody that was my height or my size wanted to step in. Obviously, because they were afraid. But no, Michael Reeves was injured. Graham Stephan's clearly not going to do this again. So like, it's a very limited pool of people, and also just like the amount of time that it would take to kind of train up or like even meet weight, even if you do happen to be in the same height range. It's like it's a whole thing. So they came to me and they said, "Hey, this guy William Haynes is willing to do it. He's 5'9". He's 150 something. He's coming down." And I was there at the weigh-in. He did come down to 143, which is crazy. He's probably just like sleeping in garbage bags every single day and just like not eating. But you know, I figured, you know, whatever. I spent so much time training, I might as well just run it and do it.
Yeah.
I knew it was dangerous. I knew it was an uphill battle. I knew that I had no reach on this guy. It was like impossible to reach this dude. But what was important to me, first off, was getting in there and actually doing it and following through, because it would have been so fucking disappointing to not be able to actually do this. And I definitely didn't want to postpone it for like some fucking Misfits event in 2 more months where I had 2 more months of this grueling shit ahead of me. Fuck no.
Right.
So I wanted to get it out of the way. Also, so many friends of mine had made the travel arrangements already. They had already done it. So I was like, you know what? Fine. Put me in there. I'll get bloodied up. Maybe I'll win on a Hail Mary. Did not. But I'm still pretty happy that I did it. I'm glad that it's something that I could say that, oh, I did this insane thing that I don't think anybody really anticipated that I would do or have any interest in doing. I know last year I joked a lot about wanting to fight real Liam Johnson.
Yeah,
but that was more of a meme than anything. So the fact that I actually did it feels pretty cool. Also, shout out to everybody who joined me. Jalen, obviously, who is a friend of mine for a long time. You, Sweeney, Danny, Katie Lee, everybody who showed up. Smokey, Mick, all those people came out with me in the walkout for Suavemente. Jalen and Kingston waving the fucking Puerto Rican flag. I don't know. You saw that photo, right? The photo of me like wrapped in the flag that looks fucking like a still from a movie. I can't stop thinking about that photo.
Shit, man.
It's a crazy. You know what bothers me about that photo though? I saw that photo and I immediately noticed. I immediately felt, God damn it, this is like the best photo of me that will ever be taken. Like there's no shot of a bit like it's like, oh, it peaked for this. Like photographs of me have peaked. Like that's it.
Yes.
My wedding photo will be shit compared to it. My fucking the photo with
so?
I think so. My photo with my newborn is gonna, or like whenever that happens, that's gonna suck in comparison. So I don't know. That's the one thing that was like kind of shitty about it. Although I'm glad it was captured. I'm glad that moment was captured.
You might be right.
Yeah,
you might be right. But you might do another creator clash down the. I know maybe you're not gonna. I know maybe you're thinking like, okay, yeah, fuck all that. But then once enough time passes, it's like a woman giving birth, man, where she's like, fuck that shit, and then enough time passes, and she's like, I can do that again.
Yeah. It does kind of feel that way. In fact, I was training for about 8 months, so that's about the time of a pregnancy. So like, I think I know what I think I kind of know what it's like. To labor in pain for 8 to 9 months and then explode in a burst of pain one night and then have it all be done. I know exactly. All body transformations, gaining weight, losing weight. Actually, now that I think about it, I know what pregnancy is like more than probably most women do, because most women that I know anyway have never been pregnant. So I think I've got a case against the women of the world, But yeah, I've thought about it honestly. Like the second I got out of there, I was really happy to be done with it, but also I was like, yeah, maybe not the next one. I think I might do the one after. If there is a 4, if there is a Creator Crash 4, I think I'm saying that now, obviously, when it's really far away. But I do think there's a pretty good chance that I might want to do it, because I do think I would like a proper matchup that doesn't get fucked up in the last minute. That would be cool. Although I will say, if an opponent drops out again, like 3 weeks before the fight, I'm not doing it again. like, I did what I had to do. No, not again. Not in that way. But I don't know, man. Boxing's fun. I think I might continue doing the fucking going to the gym, and not as often, obviously, because it's a fucking massive time sink. But the worst part of it was really just gaining weight. And now that I don't have to gain weight to meet weight for some other random person, I could easily.
Yeah, you can just just do the training.
Yeah, and it's actually fun training too. It's it's a good workout. Like you feel yourself getting stronger, you feel yourself getting more adept, and it's relatively time efficient. It's like maybe like 1 hour of cardio. 1 hour of boxing cardio is an insane amount of. It's like an insane amount of work, like in comparison to just sitting there in the gym like lifting, which you still have to do, but you know, I don't know. It was a crazy event. I'm glad you had a good time. I didn't know. I didn't even know you were coming. I had no idea. Like when somebody said you were here, I was like, "What? What do you mean?" Because you never said anything. I put down some friends of mine for like VIP passes just in case. Colin, I put down. He couldn't make it. He had like a whole thing. And Derek, I put down obviously. Sweeney, some other friends of mine. And you know, Colin didn't make it. And he told me he couldn't make it, but you never said anything. Well, you just showed up.
I just because look at I didn't if the VIP thing wasn't a thing, I wouldn't have gone just because I would have I already spent too much fucking money at the event. I rented a car, like I didn't know how it was gonna be. Everything was I mean a true VIP experience, which actually upset me because I just didn't think it would be so thoroughly catered to the point where there was even to take a shuttle to the arena. Everything was done at that hotel, which I didn't know. Like every single thing was going to take place at the hotel. So I did not need to rent a car, but I rented a car, and then the parking was fucking because of the event. It was $30 a night, and I just spent like a lot of fucking money. It was worth it.
Yeah,
but the whole thing is, if I would have had to pitching for everything, I would have been like, logistically, I don't know if it would make sense.
Right.
Got a lot of fucking bullshit to pay. But that was the thing where I'm like, okay, I have no excuse not to go. I don't have any real excuse because JoJo and my room, they all know. Everybody knows that like I was pretty much last minute. I booked my ticket to the point where it was even a little more expensive than they should have been because I was more leaning towards. I'm like, I'll support from afar, but I had no real excuse. So I was like, I have to go. The emails, getting the email saying here's your shit, like here's your accommodations. I'm like, fuck, I have to go, and I'm glad I did. I mean, because it's one of those things where I always dread like doing big stuff.
Oh, me too.
But I know that I'm gonna have fun. It's one of those things where it's like, just go, you idiot. You know you're gonna have fun. Just fucking do it. You know.
Yeah.
And it was cool to support you. Obviously, being there, like that was something that I'm like, I'm glad that I did go. You know, it made sense. Snark Tank boys were there. There was a fucking guy in the crowd with a Snark Tank sign.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That was really cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, it was cool as shit, man. Meeting a lot of interesting people too that I did not expect to be there. People that just like, I'm like, what are you doing around a YouTube event? Or something?
I posted a picture with him, with Josh Barnett, the MMA guy. Was just fucking why are you here? And why do you know us so intimately?
That's the thing that
was trippy
blew my
as fuck.
fucking mind.
He made a bleach joke at me. It's Josh Barnett, right?
Josh Barnett, yeah.
Josh Barnett made a bleach joke at me, and I was like, what the fuck? This is like ancient at this point. This is like old lore. And he's coming at me. It's like, it's so weird. It was good to catch up with people, obviously, too, that I haven't seen in a while. Jack's Films, Aaron. It was weird to be on an Amaranth stream. I didn't want that. My friends totally fucking threw me under the bus, tossed me to the wolves. I was like, I just want to relax. I just got punched. I'm trying to enjoy this party. And then here's Amaranth with a camera, and I'm just like, man, all the tier 3 subs watching me right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just uncomfortable.
They're so jealous.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I want to be there.
But, yeah, we met a lot of cool people, caught up with a lot of cool people. Yeah. It was nice. It was a good event.
Jack's Films. Jack, he fucking... You never know what people are really paying attention to, but Jack is all caught up on all of those gay covers, which really
He is.
Yeah, which really surprised me. That really surprised me because it's like, like you said, you never know what people are gonna just pay attention to or whatever. But he was even aware of like some shit that I did, the Will Smith one that I was like, oh, let me do this real quick to make fun of Will Smith because he slapped Chris Rock or whatever, and he was like caught up on that shit. And I asked him, I was like, hey man, you gotta get on one of these. And I followed up with immediately, like, I followed up and said, but of course, if you think this shit's too stupid, obviously, like, don't even. And he was like, no, of course, man. he was like, of course. And I was laughing my ass off, just thinking, like,
it is funny. If we could get a gay, like a dumb gay cover with Jack's films, and I think we can. I think we will. I think we will.
Yeah.
But just the idea that's even remotely possible is hysterical.
That's
what's
what's
so
funny
to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it was a huge success. That it was a great event. Can't wait to go next year as an audience member and just not worry about anything. But yeah. Anyway.
Oh, I should also say real quick, because I know this is also in some of the questions, because people are asking about me, because people know that like I'm a lifelong combat sports fan, and I've mentioned a few times. I just want to say this again, like I have some injuries I want to take care of, but to be honest, if they would overlook my injuries, specifically my torn ligament in my wrist, like if that's fine. I don't really know the rules of like how, like, say if you have a torn ligament, will they let you fight or something or not? Or I don't really know how. I guess it depends on the sanctioned body of wherever the fuck you're at. I feel like I would overlook that, but once, let's say, okay, overlooking the injuries, the thing that is more weird to me is I'm a really heavy short guy.
No.
I always tell people how much I weigh, and they always say, like, you do not look like you weigh this much, but I'm just really bottom heavy. And so the weird thing would be finding me an opponent, because comfortably I'm around 180, 190. Like, comfortably, like, 190 is where I just would want to stay. But right now I'm 220. Anyone that's around my weight right now are fucking behemoths. They're fucking... They're Shadow of the Colossus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like finding a fucking opponent in my weight range just doesn't make sense, really. So what would make sense is, like, you talk about Creator Clash 4, if there is one. I'd feel like that would be me putting my hat in the ring there, because that would be plenty of time for me to actually... Shit, man, I haven't been like 170 pounds since I was, I don't know, well over a decade ago or something, but more closer to high school.
Yeah.
When I was like a stick figure, though. I looked like I probably weighed, 140, but I was like 170. It's just my thighs are too big. I can't do anything about that shit. So anyway, long story short, I do really fucking want to, like, because I do, man, for someone who loves combat sports, I feel like I need to experience being in that ring with the audience, like, you can be in a fucking sparring ring, whatever. That shit is something that I'm like, okay, I gotta experience that.
Yeah.
And see how I feel. See what happens to me. Because I feel like I can handle it. I've played shows to hundreds of people. That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it feels like to fight someone who's coming to take your head off with all the bright lights on you and tens of thousands of people watching you. What the fuck? And my fucking shirt's off, man, bro. I don't like taking my shirt off.
Dude, it's a weird fucking, because I'm in a similar boat where I've like done live shows and stuff. Like, and
right.
I know what it's like to play to a crowd, but like it's such a different. Like, I was most comfortable when I was doing the walkout, because like, oh, okay, this is. Like, I know what this is. This is showmanship. Right. This is just sort of like, you're having fun. The music's playing. You're fucking bumping fists with the audience. It's almost, it's not crowd work exactly, but it's like adjacent to it, where it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, you're just working with the crowd. You're pumping them up or whatever. But like, once you're in the ring, I'll say this: stand up is way scarier. Stand up is infinitely scarier than jumping into a boxing ring in front of 20,000 people easily. Like, a room of 20 people, 20 strangers that you're trying to make laugh, way scarier than like 20,000 people cheering or booing in any capacity when you're in a fucking ring. But no, I would love to see you in there. Sweeney expressed interest in doing it too, which he would have to really buckle down and take it seriously, which I encourage, because he needs the pressure and the motivation to do it. Just like me, by the way. Like I could not, like, if somebody was just like, hey, you should gain 18 pounds for no reason. No. Like I'm not gonna do that. The pressure helped. So I would love to see him do it, and it'd be a good excuse for him to get back into shape.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because,
that would be perfect.
It'd be great.
Imagine the Snark tank on the same card. Imagine
the whole podcast. We would lose so many. It would be like three weeks afterwards of like recovering.
Oh,
because we're all on the podcast. Right. We're on the podcast the following week. Like, hey guys.
I didn't even think about that, actually.
Yeah, that would be funny though. But yeah, I encourage everybody to, if they can and they qualify, to do it. I know Hidden Xperia, one of my friends, he's a Halo YouTuber from UK. He expressed interest in doing it. He was super pumped about it. He's around my height as well, but he's fucking crazy, dude. That dude rock climbs with just his hands. He's fucking scary. He's like a Tyler 1 type of creature. Actman said he was down to do it too, which would be like super cool.
Hey.
Although Actman's like got like a wildly unfair advantage, because Actman actually knows like proper martial arts. Like he's been fighting, I think he's been doing like a very specific type of like karate or like just normal mixed martial arts for like years now. So finding somebody for him might prove a little bit difficult, but I would love to see all these people jump into it, because it really is a fucking awesome event. It needs to do a pretty amazing job, considering they're just, content people. The fact that it's not like these like business guys running in and sort of managing everything to like the upteenth degree. I could never put on a show like this in a million fucking years. I don't have the brain capacity or the patience to deal with all the shit that would go into making this thing even remotely successful. If I did a show like this, someone would die, like easily. Like not even probably someone, probably like many, many people. Because I'd be like, do you really need security? Just like wing it, That's all. It's so much paperwork. But
true.
But yeah, anyway.
I could barely manage myself, so yeah, I don't know. I don't even. I was talking briefly with Ian and the guy that's like the head of running shit, and I'm just like, what do you do to just, like, I can't even begin to know how to construct this shit. Obviously, you reach out to a person like this who's like, I have this and I have all the resources and shit, but I'm like, it's mind fucking boggling to me. Even that step to me, that step alone is too much work for me. Like, no way in hell. Like, I gotta find somebody. Okay, so you're telling me I gotta find somebody who knows how to do this? No. Absolutely not. just no. So props to them for putting on a good event, because it really is fucking dope. Anyway, what do we got? What do we got in the news generally? Like, I feel like ain't nothing. The only thing that happened is just the check marks finally have disappeared.
That's right, they're gone.
Yeah, so unless you actually want to pay, or there is a short list of people that Elon Musk said specifically that he's paying for people out of his own pocket specifically. Some celebrities like LeBron James and whatnot.
Yeah, LeBron James, Stephen King, and oh my God, who the fuck was it? William Shatner, remember. LeBron James, and Stephen King.
Well, fucking so random.
It's such a random assortment.
I'm sure Stephen King hates Elon Musk.
Yeah, I think so too.
Stephen King is incredibly progressive, so I'm sure he like hates him.
It's so what's so funny too is that, like, looking around at Twitter now and just like seeing the people with the blue check marks, it's like it means fucking nothing. All it says is that
Zero.
All it says is that it's like a big thing being like, hey, I can edit my tweets. That's it. Like, it serves why do you even need people to know that? Like,
that's the one thing.
It's so weird. It would be like if you had a Netflix username and you had a star next to your Netflix username that says like, hey, I watched, I watched this many shows or whatever. It's like, who cares? This isn't a verification mark anymore. Like, I don't. Are you who you are? No? Yes? The only way that you could possibly know who somebody is now is if you go to their Twitter account, you see that they're a celebrity, or their name is the same as the celebrities, and their follower count is too high for it not to be them.
Right.
Like, that's the only way. Like,
you have to go an extra step.
Yeah, I saw Tom Holland or whatever, and I was like, is that really Tom Holland? And then I clicked his thing, and it had, like, you know, fucking however many million followers. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's Tom Holland. But I had to click to know that. So, like, the site is just the site communicates less. It's so dumb. I'm honestly, like, amazed at how stupid like these decisions have been. But I honestly though, like, it's been kind of great because I spend so little time on Twitter now. Like, I just barely use it because it's just functionally, like, way worse. Like, I just don't bother going on it. I don't know about you. And maybe it's also like a mix of just, like, training and just not really having a lot of time in general for it, but
maybe.
Like,
I use it around the same that I've been using it for the past year. I mainly use it to share something funny that I saw or try to promote my music that I do. That's like the main thing, and it helps a little bit. I've noticed some people go over to my Spotify page, my Derek Blackman page from Twitter or whatever. Sometimes I get lucky and caught in the algorithm of Twitter, like of a hashtag thing. So that's virtually it. Like, that's really the only use for it, and you don't need a fucking check mark to do any of that shit. Like, I get some people. I don't even know, because I saw some people even say, well, I like some of the features, like they like the edit, they like the HD videos or 1080p longer videos, and I'm like, all right, is there a way though to just not have a fucking badge? Because
that's kind of the thing where it's like, it's not even like it's not even like I understand, like, wanting to, okay, I'll edit tweets or whatever, or like the longer videos. I can see why, like, people would want it. Like, it's no longer a situation where, like, if you have it, I assume the worst of you. It's more just like it's more just like it doesn't necessitate a badge. Like, the badge does nothing. Like, the badge itself is purposeless. So let people pay for whatever the fuck they want, but get rid of the badge. You know, it's completely fucking useless. I don't know.
Right.
I thought about paying for it, but I also just, like, I don't use Twitter enough to, like, I just also, if I need to edit something, I'll just not make a mistake, you know, or I'll leave the mistake in there. And to be honest with you, things tend, for whatever reason, to get more engagement if they have a mistake in them, because people will jump into them and they're like, oh, there's a mistake. And then that boosts it in the algorithm.
Oh, right.
I've been doing this. I've been experimenting with this a little bit, where I've intentionally, like, put in, like, mistakes in some videos and in some tweets, because I know that there's at least 5% of the audience who's insufferable enough to comment, hey, that's not what this is. As if I like, because I remember I even photoshopped the date of like an article in a video that I did a while ago to have like a way older publishing date. It was like 2019 or whatever, instead of 2022. And I had a lot of people being like, that's an old article. That's an old article. That's like hundreds of, like, that's an old article. And it's funny because it's not. It's a really recent article, actually. But I just photoshopped it to look wrong. And it works.
That's funny.
It's fucking stupid, but it works. It's so sad that people have to be this underhanded now to catch the fucking algorithm wave. But
right,
what are you gonna do? You got to play by the game, man. But yeah, so the check marks are gone, or at least for most people, they're pretty much entirely gone. What else?
They're not coming back for most people. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
The whack thing is that fucking I don't think the biggest thing was the creator clash that got back. I got fucking sick. I was so pissed off. I don't know. I was probably sitting by some greasy people on the plane or something. But I've been just looking out for. I'm like, oh, that was interesting, but nothing really happened other than that.
Yeah,
and that's boring. I mean, other than like some real news, some sad shit and bullshit happening around the world. But I'm like, I'm like, yeah, fuck all that noise.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck all that. But
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
what we
Right?
can do-
If you're listening from a war-torn country and you're looking for sympathy here, you won't find it. Sorry. Go back to scrounging for food, dodging, dodging shells in no man's land. I'm sorry. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on. I haven't it's so funny how tuned out I've been because of this Clash shit. Where like I don't know what's going on at all. Like in like world news, I like the Russia war thing. No clue. No idea what's going on there at all. The who's running for president? No fucking idea. Like I saw something about Ron DeSantis and Disney fighting. No idea what that is. No clue. Not even slightly. So I've got a. Well, first of all, I do want to say I'm really excited to fucking get back into actually like making videos again because now that I have the time. But also I'm gonna have to like re-educate myself. I have to like immerse myself back into this fucking cesspool of just horrible information.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it.
Yeah,
there is that stuff. You won't find You won't find any shortage. Oh, here's something interesting.
Yeah,
you know, Rich from Review Tech USA.
Oh yeah, him and Boogie, right? They're supposed to.
So not Boogie.
No,
not Boogie.
Oh, the quartering. Right.
The quartering.
Right.
Yeah. So
who was
that's
Boogie?
something that
Boogie was supposed to fight somebody too, though, right? Wasn't Boogie supposed to
Wings
fight
of
someone?
Redemption? I think.
Right.
I think it was. Yeah, I think he was set, which would have been a fucking. Keemstar is so fucking terrible that he's trying to put these fucking things together. I mean, they would both probably die.
He tried to get into contact with me at some point. I think PJ was trying to tell me that he wanted to. I mean, he still can, I guess. Like, he could send me a DM. My DMs are open, but, like, I don't want to be on a card with Wings of Redemption and fucking
come on, man.
the quartering and, like, it's just like, no. Thank you. That's funny. That's funny as hell.
Want that one.
I am excited to see it. I will say, like, look, Keem knows how to entertain. If nothing else, he knows how to.
Right.
You know, we'll see how that turns out. But
God, I pray it happens. Like, I
wasn't Ethan Ralph supposed to fight someone? Did that ever happen?
Yeah. So Ethan Ralph pulled out.
Of course he did.
Ethan Ralph was supposed to fight Andy Worski. And I gotta tell you, my dick has never been harder. I mean, like, I was. If you guys don't know on the podcast, I follow Ethan. I watch. So, long story short, Andy Worski does this live stream with some other fat Canadian guy that
does he still do it?
I've got on the radar. Because of because of the boxing match when Ethan Ralph pulled out and then Andy Worski was sacrificed to a fighter named Salt Poppy, who is a lifelong boxer, and like got fucking destroyed. So I got on their radar. I got on the radar of these guys, Andy Worski, and and like I'm no fan of Worski because he was going through his whole grifting phase back in the day when he was partners with a JF. You remember JF?
I do remember
the fucking
JF.
Montreal neo-Nazi.
I do remember
like,
him.
I am a white supremacist, and the white race is the best race. And then Andy would just be there.
With the people with like you. Like you is my favorite pussy.
Yeah. That shit.
Oh fuck! I forgot
that fucking all of that wild bullshit.
There was something he said that was so funny, and that we would all say it. Like we would all like kind of like.
I'm trying to remember.
Like, do you remember? You know what I'm talking about, right? There was like some specific
it's something
phrase.
Like something ooh is ooh. It was something like I don't get ooh is ooh.
I don't get ooh
something
is
like
ooh.
that.
Dude, that's such a fucking flashback. JF. Dude, yeah.
It fucking always whenever I think of that shit, I'm like, all of that stuff. I can't believe all that shit happened. And
it feels like an eternity ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it was like at least 5-6 years ago or something. So
yeah,
quite a bit of time has passed. But yeah, like I don't have any personal beef with Worski, but I do. I as a man, I don't respect, because he was doing that shit, and then he was also spreading lies that I found out through another YouTuber. Like, I was at VidCon, and he was like, oh, Worski did a stream, and he said this about you and this. And then, so then some of those, what are they called? The, what are the alt-righters? The alt-right fan base, those people started, like, popping into my DMs and saying shit that I didn't understand. I didn't get. I was like, where is this coming from? And then it turns out it was, Worski. But from what I've learned, from all the stuff that I've seen, dude was on drugs all the time.
Yeah, no, he was an addict.
He was always
for sure.
fucked up. So I guess he's clean now, and he's doing the stream with this fat Canadian dude.
That's good.
And all they do is just shit all over Ethan Ralph. And I gotta tell you,
that's so funny.
Ethan Ralph, and I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but Ethan Ralph, do you remember when Tiger King was like, it swept the nation during the pandemic? Ethan Ralph would, if Netflix gave Ethan Ralph a documentary, nothing would ever come close to how much, like, it would sweep the nation, just from, the little YouTube videos that people have made of the stuff that he's been into. Going to Portugal twice and getting beaten up both times. It's like shit that doesn't happen to people.
No.
Like, you're like, I'm going to go to Portugal to show Andy Worski. And then he gets stomped out by like 4 Portuguese. And then he goes back again. And then a fucking British YouTuber shows up with his friend and beats his ass.
It's so damn funny.
So fucking funny.
It's so damn. It really is.
so
Like,
funny.
he is a fascinating character. Like, I don't think he's like Chris Chan tier, but he's like he's pretty close. Like, not pretty close. You know how like PewDiePie was like the biggest YouTube channel for a long time, and he was like at 110 million or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the second most subscribed channel was like 50 million below him.
Right.
And then it kind of become like, once you get to third, it's a lot closer. And but I feel like Chris Chan is PewDiePie in that scenario, and Ethan Ralph is that second guy, where like he's like there is so much insane shit that is in the Ethan Ralph lore. However, far more niche, far less. I would argue significantly less interesting, but still, like, it's just like what a character that guy is. Like, he just looks so strange too, like the proportions, everything about him. He looks like he was chalk zoned into this world, like by like a cruel artist. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know that he had like a whole. He has a whole thing where he just makes fun of Ethan Ralph. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, like they
That's
just
awesome.
like have this show, and they just and I'm like, I'm here every once in a while. Like I'll forget, and I'm like, oh shit, let me go check up on them and see.
Let's see what's
called
new.
It's called the Kino Casino. They're just like they just do some show. I got it. Like I wouldn't know half of what I know about Ethan Ralph if it wasn't for that shit, because he got his email hacked recently, and he has the same password for everything. So the amount of shit that leaked, there's not enough time to talk about it. It's crazy. I just want to say this. Chris, imagine you got your ass pummeled in Portugal. Would you like take thirst trap pictures of yourself? Like, after you have fucking black eyes and your orbit is just completely crushed, would you take? There's like selfies of him like looking all cute and shit, when his face is fucking just obliterated. It's amazing.
If I was Ethan Ralph, I wouldn't take thirst traps in the first place.
Yeah, I would never. No,
but
absolutely
especially after. I mean, maybe he just thought, like, now that I'm beat up, I look more desirable. Because his default state is so repulsive.
If he would have released those pictures as comic relief, I wouldn't even be like saying anything. It was the fact that those pictures never made it into the public, and then some people leaked them, which just kind of shows you that I'm like, who are these for? Because it wasn't for his social media.
It was just for him.
It's just like
it's for him. He wanted to feel. He wanted to feel cute. You know.
You want to feel pretty. I get it.
That's so.
But
funny.
It's too much, and he recently, I don't remember why, but I just saw a picture of him on Twitter, and he shaved his beard off and dyed his hair blue, and he just looks like a BuzzFeed feminist. And I'm like, I gotta catch up. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm way behind because I didn't even know about that show.
Yeah.
You said something that reminded me of. Oh yeah, BuzzFeed News is gone. Apparently, they're dying.
Oh right.
I don't know what that really means because I can't even remember the last time I even saw BuzzFeed News mean anything. But
I mean, I feel like they did the what do you call it? The Icarus, right? They flew too close to the sun because they were Pulitzer Prize winning. Like people were paying attention to them, and then they started just going in that fucking. It's kind of where we came around. They started catering to the wrong people, in my opinion. Not just like normies who are left leaning in just by default,
right?
But by this niche shit that people are like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And then because like all the shit that we made videos about, like I stand by the vast majority of the shit that I made. Where I'm like, these people are fucking overreaching. Why is there articles about fucking manspreading or whatever the fuck that nobody gives a fuck about? It was just like, things got weird, and then I feel like they alienated a lot of their audience to the point where they couldn't figure out how to come back with the BuzzFeed brand was kind of a little bit too tarnished. It became kind of a joke now. This is just my assessment. I could be totally wrong. Like, I could be 100% wrong, but it's just, like, how it felt to me, where I'm like, there's probably a lot of regular people that read BuzzFeed, and then if someone was caught reading BuzzFeed, they'd be like, oh, you read that dumb shit? And it kind of like, and then they just don't go back on BuzzFeed.
Yeah. I don't know. BuzzFeed was just cannon fodder, basically, for us back in the day. like if there was ever, like, what do I want to make today? Let's see what BuzzFeed is doing. And there was always some fucking dumb... That manspreading video they did was fucking atrocious. Do you remember that? That's a classic video.
It's I had a lot of fun making fun of that video.
Yeah.
I was in Greece at the time, fucking manspreading on their fucking their trains, and just having a good old fucking time.
So stupid.
I couldn't fucking believe that shit. That you're gonna stop pretend. You're gonna pretend like this is a fucking thing to actually. Those are interesting times, man.
Yeah, man. I wonder how much of it was a psyop. You know what I mean? Because so much of it is insane. Like so much of it is like even today, like people will still give me shit about like well, not really. It's like a handful of like random people. It's like you don't make the same videos you used to, and it's like, well, I made them already. It's as if it's like if you stop making that stuff, you like for some reason like disown it, and it's like no, manspreading is still very stupid. Like it's a very dumb.
Yeah.
That's a very dumb concept. But I already said that. Like, what do you it's like people don't have object permanent, but for basic concepts. Where it's like, do you need the same thing repeated to you over and over again for you to know that it's there? It's like, shut up. Like, no, everybody knows
apparently
this is
they do.
But,
apparently
yeah.
They do.
Anyway, we should,
It's like, yeah, that's...
Well, no, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to build on your point, but it doesn't matter. It's...
Yeah. I was going to say we should probably jump into some questions now that we got... I don't have the list in front of me. We're a little bit disheveled today, to be honest.
Yeah. I got some questions in front.
Cool.
I got some questions in front, and so we can just jump into them now. And I got to bounce pretty quick, so we're just going to try to knock everything out in maybe about 20 minutes.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, yeah. All right, so I want to, because we didn't answer this question, so this is kind of links to the Creator Clash things that I feel like we should have talked about just real quick.
Sure.
This comes from, hold on, there's a bug on my screen. It says, hello, fellas. Just got back from Creator Clash. Had an awesome time with awesome people. You did a great job. Chris, proud of you. Outside of your fight, which one was your guys' favorite? Hope all y'all are having an awesome week. Now, Chris, did you watch any of the fights at all?
I didn't. I haven't caught all of them yet. I watched iDubbbz and Alex Wasabi. I watched Dakota versus Jack Manifold. I watched Sabrina versus Jay Lorray, and I watched Harley versus John Morrison.
Oh, right.
Those are the ones that I saw that I remember a little bit more vividly. I didn't see Dad and AB. I didn't see Haley and I saw splashes of it because I was kind of moving around. Also, like there was a period of time after the fight where you're just kind of in recovery mode and you're trying to you're getting out of your gloves and you don't really have the flexibility to watch everything. But Harley's was fucking crazy.
That was pretty wild.
That dude rolled out of the ring onto the commentary table, which is insane.
Oh. His fucking facial. Do you see his facial expression after he got up?
Yeah, when
he rolls, he gets up and he's fucking amazing.
Harley is Harley is an amazing entertainer. Like Harley just has it. Like whatever you need to just become like a natural entertainer, he has it. Like I know a lot of people who, by the way, are very, very good entertainers, but like it's very clear like they had to work to get there. I'm one of those people. Like I not naturally like that at all. But like he's just on, and the fact that he was able to, it's like he understood where the camera was, how he looked, where everybody was, and just played to it perfectly, and it was so fucking funny. That face, iconic, like just falling onto a table and just so good. But that might have been my favorite fight, I think. Personally, of the ones that I saw, there's still ones that I haven't seen. I want to finish Alana and Mika's fight because I hadn't seen that. Either. But I saw glimpses of it, and Alana just was just walking forward and punching, and she didn't react at all. It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
Terminator shit. I gotta go with that. I gotta go with the Harley one too. Like that was definitely the highlight, the craziest thing that happened.
Yeah,
that was by far. Like there was just some good matches. I was really happy with Aaron. Aaron fucking
Aaron
really
Jarvis
surprised me. Yeah,
that's another one I didn't. That's another one I didn't see all the way. But
yeah, so good on them. And but yeah, that was cool, man. It really it does really just when you after watching that stuff, it really does stoke a fire into you. You're like, damn,
yeah,
I really want to do that.
It's fun. It's contagious, the energy of it. But Harley's walkout for the Metal Gear, where he just appeared on the steps, was fucking dope.
Yeah, that was cool as shit. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Fucking dad sprinted. His fucking sprinting is so funny,
dude. He could have easily ate shit. He was running so fucking quick. That's at a point where you better make it in the ring. Better, dude.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
That was so fucking dangerous. All right, let's get this one going. This one comes from, my name is Chris Raygun, and I hate the gays. Well, interesting.
Nice.
So it says, hello, Raymond, Swing King, the Gay Machine. Raymond, the Gay Machine.
Yeah, now you know how I feel reading these.
And the chaotic neutral halfling. Oh, all right. I'm a very long viewer of your content. I've been watching Chris since 2016, which is crazy because I am now 18, entering the actual world.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ.
Right?
You should not have been watching. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah. All right. So my question to you guys is, for $1 billion, you have to subject each other to a form of medieval torture personally. What do you choose? Now, I chose this question because I skipped over it before, but I chose it because we were talking at the top of the show about punishing Sweeney.
Yeah.
And pouring the gold on him. But then I mentioned drawing and quartering him.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like drawing him, because if you quarter, that'll kill him. It's not torture. That just straight up kills him. So just right before that, you just fucking
pull.
Get some ponies, so it's not as crazy.
That's so funny. Just dislocate all of his bones. So he's just a sack of bones. I don't know. That's drawing and quartering. What a fucking barbaric. What a barbaric fucking thing. It is crazy the type of shit that they would do to people. The fucking, the brass bull, do you know about that?
Yes, I do.
That has never,
Yes,
I watched something on the History Channel about that, and that has never left my mind since I saw it. But just the premise of that is insane. Like they're just like, let's heat up this brass hollow cage that's shaped like a bull, and then we'll dump somebody into it and melt them, and then they'll scream, and then it'll come out the mouth of the bull, and it'll sound like a bull. That's fucking like you got to be
so
a
evil.
fucking sick motherfucker. Like the person who invented that is easily like in hell. Like if there is a hell, and if there isn't one, they made one for him. But I think I was looking up the medieval tortures, and apparently, do you know what rat torture is?
Yes, I do. They actually, I think they might have shown that on a Game of Thrones episode.
I never knew about that. I never heard of it. I mean, I could have assumed that this was real, but like, I didn't know it was like an actual thing that was like officially done. Rat torture is so awful that it's difficult to comprehend how someone could have thought it up in the first place. First, the victim is bound to a table or rack. Next, a rat is placed onto their chest. Over the rat is placed a bucket, which is then secured so the rat cannot escape. Finally, a fire is placed on the top of the bucket. The rat begins to panic and tries to escape. It can't burrow through steel, so it burrows through your chest. That is crazy.
It's such a like. That is so like it's so fucking. It's these are things that I can never. You're sick. You're so fucking sick if you can think of something like this.
Yeah.
And I know some people. I know some individuals in my life that have this type of thoughts, and I'm glad that they just never indulged in those thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just because I'm like I can't. I'm not that creative. I'm more of I don't know, just punch someone's face until it's not there anymore.
Yeah, I'm more of like I'm that way, but with like social things, where like put it like I always thought it would be awesome to throw somebody a birthday party and not invite them specifically. Like I've always wanted to do that. Like just have like, hey, it's Harold's party, but he's not allowed. And then like post photos of like everybody enjoying your party while you're just not even remotely invited. Everybody fucking hates you, but they're like celebrating. There's something. I think there's something cosmically like mean about that. But anyway,
It is pretty mean.
it is pretty mean.
This next one comes from Baba Booey and my boy's bussy in the back of my F-150. He says, hello, Chris Fuentes. Oh, my God. Chris Fuentes, Derek Owens, and Uncle Tom Sweeney. If you had to orchestrate an animal versus human death match with conservative pundits like Matt Walsh, Steven Crowder, Ben Shabibo, etc., who battles what animal for this pay-per-view? Can't wait for you guys. Start grifting hugs and kisses. I love this idea.
That's
so
a great
much.
idea.
Yeah,
It's like an Animal Planet right-wing celebrity deathmatch. I think Ben Shapiro, I think, should fight something that skitters. You know, like something small, something that I feel like Ben Shapiro versus like a horde of rats. I think is appropriate. I think that would be cool.
yeah, that's
Yeah. Can you imagine?
That's really good. That's a good one.
Can you imagine how scary? Like, do you think that would be scary for him? Because he's never been in a situation like that for sure. Like he's never had to fend for his life in any real meaningful way. For sure.
Yeah. What does he get? Oh my God! I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Now, hypothetically speaking,
realistically,
rats are afraid of soap. I don't know. I've only ever seen them in I've only seen them in dark, dirty locations, so I can only assume cleanliness drives them away. Hypothetically speaking, if I don't know. Paul Joseph Watson would have to fight something with.
What has large hands? What has really large hands?
Paul Joseph Watson would have to fight like I feel like the only way to like an orangutan, like some kind of ape, like would have to fight Paul Joseph Watson because he's tall and like kind of lanky, but he's got those big hands. So you need like something like maybe like
what about a sun bear?
I forgot about that animal. Sun bear. Those are the freaky looking fucking.
Those weird ass bears. Those like
these.
humans are in a costume.
Ew. That's absolutely fucking perfect. Ew, they look like Skyrim fucking. Holy shit! I totally forgot about these animals and how creepy they are. Absolutely, yeah. Paul Joseph Watson versus a sun bear. Who's left? It's like Paul Joseph Watson, Ben Shapiro.
I want Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh.
Ooh, it's gonna be a hard one.
And Matt Walsh. See, the problem is Matt Walsh is a fucking weasel, but I think I want him to fight something way more dangerous.
Yeah,
I want him to. I want him to fight a fucking polar bear. Just because, like, I want him to fight a polar bear who has been starved for a week.
Yeah.
Who was not eating any fish or anything. And let's make it 2 weeks. And
just some rabid.
He's been annoyed. He's been in a cage with Matt Walsh videos playing 24/7.
Oh my god. He was watching What Is a Woman while being starved to death. And he's developed this like pure hatred for Matt. That's a great.
I love that so much. And then he just sees fucking Matt Walsh step into the arena and he's just so ravenous. And then you just
That's as best as
God.
I can come up with. Steven Crowder can fight whoever he wants, and like those people, like I don't really care about it. Maybe Tim Pool can fight like I don't know, like parasitic, I don't know, like tapeworms or something. Like a scary, like a frighteningly dense colony of tapeworms versus Tim Pool.
he just
I don't know.
yeah, just have at him. Just dump a bunch of them. They're just fucking moving around.
Isn't it gross that tapeworms are like visible? You know what I mean? Like they're not like this microscopic parasite. Like you could like theoretically bump into one. Like that's
right. It's fucking sick.
It's fucking disgusting.
Have you seen those worms that look like venom? Like that look like a symbiote?
No. Oh, the one
the
one that's like inside the praying mantis, right?
I don't know. I'm not. I just see you just see people poking at it.
Yeah,
I've
I've seen
black.
Yeah,
like
I know exactly what you're talking. There's one I saw of like it crawling out of a fucking praying mantis, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Thank God, I'm not an insect. Like I think every day, I thank God every day that because like I think about like how terrible being alive is on certain like just breaking a bone as a person and understanding how much that hurts, like from like a metaphysical level. Like it's like, oh man, I understand this hurts. This is gonna be like a big deal for me, as opposed to like an animal who's just like, oh, and it just keeps moving. But but like being a praying mantis or like a bug and having like funguses take control of you literally, like fuck that, dude. Like later.
Insanity. That is insane. that happens.
It's fucking disgusting. But yeah, I think that's our time today. Derek's got a doctor's appointment. I've honestly, like, I'm still recuperating from all this. I'm so tired. I know this was a bit more of a this feels like more of like a talk show, like a proper podcast this episode, because I think we're both kind of like kind of recuperating. Also, Sweeney's gone, so next week we'll come in with a little bit more nonsense, I'm sure. But we do appreciate you, your viewership, your patronage. Jump on over to patreon.com/snarktank to get obviously those extra episodes, get early access, all that stuff. It really helps us out. It helps us afford someone who can do really basic tasks that Sweeney can't do. So that would be really helpful for you guys. But you know, we'll see you soon. I'll read the names of our $25 and up patrons now. Yeah, Max Silhouette. My name is Chris Reagan, and I hate the gays. Doc Jenkin and the Tism Schism. Or Schism? Damn it, Sweeney, how many times do I have to tell you to stop sending me nudes of your girlfriend when I am reading the credits? She Pipkin on my Pippa. Possum, yes, that's my real name. Rosa Milano. Soon may the touchy man come to squeeze our willies and touch our bums. One day, when the tugging is done, we'll put on pants. And G. That's it. It just ends. Damo Nation, average clit energy. Some bad news. Someone bailed out Chris Chan. This isn't even a bit. It's just true. Star Coffee. Sweeney owes my friend Devin child support. I have cute penis syndrome. My penis is small. My penis is not small, just cute. I mean, that's small. Staying hydrated to be ready to piss on Margaret Thatcher's grave at a moment's notice. Officer, you can't arrest me for vehicular manslaughter. I was listening to Eurobeat version of Freebird Solo. Transfemme Gremlin. Can Logan Paul abandon a million pigs? My sexual awakening was the quirky goth girl from NCIS, and now my taste in women is ruined. Yush. Asker. The angelic dungeon master who would like to ask you what you do about the raiders that have just entered the tavern. Rest in peace to the legendary Lance Reddick, voice of Commander Zavala. There you go. Enjoy that. Craig the Canadian. It's your boy Shawnee D. Justice for Afro Man. He needs his door fixed. Matt Walsh is a hero of our time. Sweet baby gang for life. Indie Butterknife on YouTube. Red hot silly poopers. What's with these homies dissing my girl? Hot diggity. Damn bald women get my balls a buzzin'. Gonna find me some sweet alopecia. God damn it. God Christ. 3XO reminding you filthy fucks to look at your keyboard and realize how dirty y'all are. I clean mine incredibly regularly. Slurpin', stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Stormboy's life and what do you like? The average person has one fallopian tube. Call her Little Caesars the way her pussy hot and ready. Drip MH, Lord of Drip. Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with her massive tits. Obi won't you blow me. Loving women is gay. The fuck you kissing on cocksuckers for? Kremlin the Gremlin. The Booger Bandit. Sweeney, trading card games first customer. Alls to Wall. Okay, you said it right. Ace, Avi. Something funny and topical. Gay 3 days grace. Be like, let's fuck man butt. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Wage Slave 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. The Papini Brothers Emporium presents the latest in cuck technology. Sneakovision. Good fight, Chris. Hey, thank you. She tub thumping on my Chumbawamba. Darren, some white man. Culturally unaware Snake, the ever chosen. Fun fact: Maggie Baird voices Samara from Mass Effect. She also voices Billie Eilish's mom. Oh, she's also Billie Eilish's mom. Is that real? Billie Eilish's mom voices Samara from Mass Effect? That's a fucking wild truth. Tell him Steve Dave. Andre Brooks. Aaron Yeager's defense lawyer. Timothy Oliphant was almost Dominic Toretto. John Strickland. I am announcing it right now. Our next parody is F slurs in Paris. That's pretty fucking awesome. Mercs 1889. IN before Chris is the champ. Oh, well, I don't know about that one. The First Church of Keith David. I don't always agree with Chris, but Duck. Now, that's some S-tier meat. Yeah, no, Duck is fucking perfect. I ran over my 2003 Silverado with my new Voodoo 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Pre-Roz. Blake896. Church of Getting Kicked in the Face by Cammy. Absolutely. Tonka, the inbred Cabbage Patch Kid. Alaskan Oilfield Trash. Sue Hulk, the Goutlaw, Nikki Ziggy, Dom's alternate ending to Gears 3, where after blowing himself up, he regains consciousness to the words, "Hey, you're finally awake." Lobotomized Jesus can't wait to lick on Hulk Hogan's sloppy, wet, fat fucking pussy like a dog in a water bowl. Sounds like the sounds of mommy and daddy fighting downstairs, but it's drowned out by Derek and Sweeney's slang argument. Jordan Peterson's Twitter out of 10. Randy McNally is ready to McNutty in a hose bussy from Tennessee. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, to the rhythm of Bulls on Parades, come on command. Oh, Aetherian, Progerian Hunter, Melphis One, Hexblade Supremacist, back from being Bomber Chan for another Patreon read. And as always, rounding out our list, King of Haphazard. Jesus fucking Christ, you people.